Howdy. With this video, I want to go over the doublespeak essay assignment. I've already done a video going over doublespeak in general, just the concept of doublespeak and how it works. But this one, I want to go over the assignment in particular. Hopefully, make sure we're all on the same page about this final essay. I'm doing this video on Tuesday, April 3rd. I'm actually in my daughter's bedroom. I'm not sure what the background looks like there, but it's usually keeps her place pretty clean. Um, should be getting at this point. You should be getting your APA medical essay in sometime this week. I'm going to be out of town Wednesday and Thursday, so I won't get to these till Friday. So you got a little extra time there. The last journals are due on Friday, the 6th. The first two, 10 and 11, will go over doublespeak a little bit. And the last one will go over the semester a little bit, kind of reflect on what's worked well for you and maybe a couple of things that haven't that you need to work on. It's very rare to have a perfect semester where everything just goes right. Uh, but if you've had one, congratulations. The topic for your doublespeak essay is due next Tuesday. If you want to make sure you have a good topic working for this one, or you're just going to be struggling the whole time, and we don't want that. So you might send a topic. I might go like, well, why don't you think about this? But this essay will spend a little more time on making sure you have a good topic. Then, of course, you're going to turn in the first two paragraphs in the draft. Mainly checking in, make sure you're on the right track, not getting sidetracked or anything. Don't plan on doing a peer review. Hopefully, towards at the end of the semester, you're kind of getting those peer review questions already kind of mapped into your brain, right? Even as you're writing, you're kind of asking some of those questions as you go along. Is this making sense? Am I defining terms properly, et cetera, et cetera. But eventually, I'll look over your draft, mainly for content. You should be able to identify your writing errors as well by this point, with a little help, of course. And that's kind of the frustrating thing about writing is everything's a brand new thing. With math, 2 plus 2 is always 4, but with English, a fish can be an adjective, it can be a noun, it can be a proper noun, it can be a verb. It all depends on how you use it within a certain context. So it's a different type of critical thinking. And can be a little frustrating for students. That's not the same all the time. But eventually, the doublespeak essay is going to be due on the 24th. Any late work's going to be due on the 27th. We're not going to have a final exam in this class. All we're going to do is make sure you revise that doublespeak essay and put it in your LinkedIn page. So hopefully that LinkedIn page is going to be looking kind of nice. You'll have samples of your writing up there, of course, then your resume and whatever you want for a potential employer. But hopefully you'll have those copies of those documents, and they're going to be pretty good essays because you've revised them based on the grading. And you have something nice to refer back to when you go to your next class, and the teacher goes, okay, since, go ahead and just do that in APA format. And you're like, and then you'll kind of remember, like, wait a minute, I've done that. I've done well with that. I can go find that paper and see where to start. And that's kind of one thing I wish somebody told me when I was starting in college was that everything kind of builds on the next, kind of builds as you go. So the stuff you were supposed to learn in Comp 1, if you didn't learn it, we go to Comp 2, they expect you to kind of know some of this stuff. But anyway, to go over the assignment, this is already on the content page. And I give you a definition of doublespeak. It's straight out of this book by William Lutz. It's language that pretends to communicate but really doesn't. Language that makes the bad seem good, the negative appear positive, the unpleasant appear attractive or at least tolerable. When you really get into it, you're going to see that doublespeak. People use doublespeak when they want to shift blame or responsibility, or they want to kind of conceal or prevent or manipulate your thoughts about how you see certain things. It's going to be a 1,200 word minimum. Again, hopefully word count's not bothering you too much. It's not like you're excited that you get to write a 1,200 word essay, but it shouldn't intimidate you either. You've been doing it most of the semester. You can use MLA or APA format. If you're going to be a nursing major or psychology major, I strongly urge you to do a second essay in APA format. The more practice you get with that, the better off you'll be when you walk into those nursing or psych classes. If this is your last class you're ever going to take, you may just want to stick with MLA and go with whatever if you're more comfortable with MLA. But definitely for nursing majors, I strongly encourage you to use APA. But it's your choice. Kind of figure out what would work best for you and what you want more practice with. And you're going to find a doublespeak topic. It has to be a primary source. and I'm kind of skip down there to the first bullet point. By primary source, you need to show me somebody using doublespeak from a particular source. So if you're going to talk about an advertisement, like for a drug or something, you're going to start with the primary source, like a television commercial or a website, and go from there. And you want to kind of show the doublespeak uh, being engaged in within that one particular ad or that one particular website. If you want to do something like a drug, like I'm just picking one out in there, but like a Abilify, you might start with a television commercial that you find on YouTube, then move to the website, and then you should have plenty of material for a good essay. If you like political topics and you want to do like somebody's speech, you need to find the actual transcript from that speech. So if you want to go, point out some of Barack Obama's doublespeak, and it doesn't matter which president you pick; they all engage in it. You want to go find a transcript of a certain speech he made, then take us through the speech and show us the different types of doublespeak Obama might have used in the speech. The nice thing about presidents is pretty much every speech they give is they have a transcript of it from the White House that are pretty easy to access. But again, you want to talk about one particular speech, one particular product. You don't want to do the doublespeak of drug advertisements because you're going to write your first novel, your first book there. One particular drug, starting one particular ad, and then you might branch off to the website or so. So again, you're not talking about somebody else talking about Obama's doublespeak. You're going to a particular speech given by him and showing us the doublespeak in it. That's going to take one or two topics to work through, or maybe three or four. It's not, and you kind of, some topics you may not quite see the doublespeak. If you're a big Barack Obama fan, you may not quite be in tune to hearing him use doublespeak because you're kind of agreeing with what he's saying. So you might choose, if you're an Obama fan, you might choose Donald Trump, and you might be able to hear the doublespeak a little bit better with him. Or even, well, I'll stop there. But again, you're not making commentary on the politician as much as his or her language. So you could do the doublespeak of Planned Parenthood or something, and never even really talk about abortion very much. You might use it, a little bit, but it's not going to be a pro-life paper. It's going to be a paper discussing the doublespeak that particular entity uses in a particular place. So that hopefully that makes sense. You're going to use two other sources other than your primary source. You might end up using more than two. There's a copy. There's a doublespeak source on the content page. You're probably going to use that for some definitions. But within your essay, you're going to talk about doublespeak, the different forms of doublespeak, euphemism, jargon, weasel words, gobbledygook. Went over that with the other video. But basically, you're gonna just kind of take us through that primary source and show us the different types of doublespeak that that person's using. Once we kind of get our topics working, we'll start looking at sample essays so you can kind of see where we're headed with this. We have to have long quote, short quote, summary, paraphrase, all the fun punctuation, which hopefully you're getting pretty familiar with. You want to avoid it. You might use I in the essay if you have personal experience with the topic. Kind of depends on what you choose there. And again, you get to choose APA or MLA. Don't try and do both at the same time, or you'll go a little nutty there. But if there is a little bit more to the APA, you got you got title page, abstract page. So you'll get a couple extra bonus points if you choose APA. But go with whichever one you think is going to serve you the best. So that's basically that's how the essay is going to work. You're going to start off defining doublespeak, introducing your topic, then take us through the various doublespeak terms that you're going to see in your topic. You may not use all of the terms in your essay, and you might actually start adding things to terms to your paper. If you do like a drug ad, you might certainly talk about images as a form of doublespeak, especially like when they start telling you the side effects, and they show the person playing with puppies and kittens or children, or doing all kinds of fun things while they're talking about all the horrible things that the drug might do to you. So it might be an additional form of doublespeak. If you try and do somebody like Kellyanne Conway, she's kind of created her own diversionary technique. It's kind of a unique kind of form of doublespeak she uses especially when she's being interviewed, to divert or sidetrack the question. So that's kind of an overview of the essay. you can kind of see up in the corner. I'm uploading the video about doublespeak. Uh, let's kind of start thinking about it. Think what kind of topic you might want to work with. Uh, I'll do a video later on looking at sample essay so you can see how it's going to be formatted. But if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to run some topics past me, I'm happy to, just send them via email, and I'm happy to look at that. There we go. But if you have any questions, let me know, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.